Okay, so we are back in the dungeon. I believe we're in room 7 of 10 of the Infinite Burrows, and I believe we had rolled a 4x4 or 4 square by 4 square dungeon, and it was like a catacomb. So again, on my little dungeon map, I have something with like a little coffin area here. It's kind of like a catacombs, I guess. We have our kobold inventor that we had rolled, so maybe it's a buddy of the first one we kind of slain in the beginning of this whole dungeon. Maybe he's come to investigate. It is the day after, and maybe he's like, hey, my friend didn't show up, and he went in to go and look maybe, and we're running into him here. He does have like a pet spider with him, so that's going to be the battle we have here. These were our big bad evil guys we rolled for room number 7 of the dungeon. So I just got to do some initiative rolls here, and then we'll get rolling. So on the kobold inventor, rolls a 16. Whoops, I tipped it over there. A 16 with a +2 to his dex, so he rolls an 18. Just because I know offhand what Summer's got, she's got a +2 as well, so she's got an 11 plus 2 is a 13. And Golly's got a -1 to his, so he's got a 10. And the spider, I actually have to look up really quick. So let's have a little look in our player's handbook up the way. I think they're at the back of the page. Or back of the book here. Okay, let's see. Spider. Scorpion, skeleton, spider's got a +2 to the initiative. Here's our little stat block for the spider. So +2 for the initiative. And the spider's going to get a 14 +2 is a 16. So this is the way this battle is going to shape up here. Ooh, they got the jump on us. It's going to be Summer. Going to flip over Golly here, but it's going to be the kobold, the spider, Summer, and Golly. Now, that's not ideal. We have no spells from Golly, I believe it was. I have to look. It's been a couple days here since I've played this last. So what do we got going on? I know that Golly, we used up all of our spells, but he's got full health. I guess we could have been using Tremor Sense to see what's ahead of us, hey? And let's see, Summer, she's full health as well. And we used a Fire's Burn. And we used 1 Rage as well. So we have a Rage available for this battle, which could help us. Yeah, so let's get rolling here. The kobold is going to go first. And of course, it's going to probably use its weapon invention. Uses one of the following options. Roll a d8. So let's roll the d8. Let's find out what kind of weapon he's got. He's going to be making the move on Summer, I guess. So on a 4, his weapon invention's going to be green slime pot. The kobold throws a clay pot full of green slime at the target and it breaks open on impact. Range weapon attack, +4 to hit. Range 5 and a disadvantage at 20. Oh. Well, in this case, we know now what he was going to do. He had a green slime pot prepared. We want him in range, right? We want him to have the best chance he can get. So he's going to move within range. He's got to be within 5 feet of her to get this off. And then, otherwise it's at a disadvantage. +4 to hit. Does it hit? Boom. Let's bring it on over. That was a 7 + 4. So that is an 11 to Summer's AC of 14. Does not hit. Right on. So what else? Is there something for a fail? +4 to hit. Hit. The target is covered in a patch of green slime. On a miss, a patch of green slime covers a randomly determined 5-foot square section of wall or floor within 5 feet of the target. So what do we have here? I guess we can surround this area here. I guess these two. So on a, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. On a 2, there's some slime here now. Whatever that means. What does the slime do? Let's have a look. Within 5 feet of the target. But what does it do? Patch. Okay. But what does that pot of green slime do? I just gotta look up rules for green slime. Hold on a second. Okay, I actually had to bring out the old Dungeon Master's Guide here to bring out the green slime rule, which says the acidic slime devours flesh, organic material, and metal on contact. Bright green, wet, and sticky. It clings to walls, floors, ceilings, and patches. A patch of green slime covers a 5-foot square, has blind sight out to a range of 30 feet, and drops from walls and ceilings when it detects movement below it. Beyond that, it has no ability to move. A creature aware of the slime's presence can avoid being struck by it with a successful DC 10 dexterity saving throw. Otherwise, the slime can't be avoided as it drops. A creature that comes into contact with green slime takes 5 1d10 acid damage. The creature takes the damage again at the start of each of its turns until the slime is scraped off or destroyed. Okay. Interesting. So that's what's there. We got some green slime right here. So let's maybe... I'm going to put like a little... Where did we say it landed? 2, yeah. So there's some green slime right here. That's a dangerous patch of the floor there. Okay, and that is the kobold's attack, I believe. Hold on, I'm going to move this book out of the way for now. And let's have a look at what else he can do. He just makes the 1 action, so that was his weapon. That was his weapon invention. And yeah, that's about it. Pack tactics while in sunlight. Okay. I guess he should have moved close to the spider to get the pack tactics. So I played that a little wrong here. But I forgot about the pack tactics. So we're gonna play that the next round, get him next to his buddies as he goes. Okay, now spider's turn. So we're just going to write down the kobold. I kind of did myself a favor there, I guess. Kobold's going to go, or spider's going to go. And the spider, let's see what the spider's got. Spider climb, can climb difficult surfaces, including along ceilings. Web walker. Spider ignores movement restrictions caused by webs. Spider knows the location of any other creature. Okay, so this is going to bite. It can just bite us. Let's have it. Come along in here, try to make a bite at Summer. On a 10 plus 4 to hit is a 14. That's going to meet Summer's AC. So that's going to be a hit. The spider done bit Summer. So Summer takes 1 hit point of damage. I'll just write this down here. So Summer is minus 1 HP, and that's the spider's attack. Pretty quick. Now, oh, plus what? No, what am I doing here? 14 hits. Where did I get the 1 from? Sorry, I got a weird brain going on. I got to roll for the damage. Oh, I'm dumb. It does 1d4. Okay, it was a 1. Yeah, 1d4. Okay. It does, oh no, it does 1 piercing damage plus 1d4 poison damage. So 1 plus 1, 2 points of damage. She takes 2 points of damage. Bear with me, gang. I have a bad brain going on right now. I can't think clearly. But I want to get done this dungeon. I'm working on a map. So I want to finish the dungeon so I can show you guys this little map I'm working on. Alright, that's a spider's move. So Summer's down to 12 hit points. And it's going to be her turn. What should she do? Should she burn up her last rage? Or do you think we'll need it? As we go. I don't know. Because she can kind of swing pretty big sometimes, right? Maybe she just adds the fire's burn to the damage. She can swing. She can get a cleave off too, maybe. Let's go. Well, if we don't have healing, yeah, we won't be able to heal. So let's burn through that other rage. She's going to use her she used one. She gets 2 uses. She's going to enter a rage as the bonus action. And let's swing on this guy here. So an 11 plus 5 to hit with the Great Axe is 16, AC of 12 on the Kobold Inventor. Now she's going to get Savage Attacker. We roll twice and take the higher one. So a 6 or a 8. So we're going to take the 8 plus 2 on the rage damage. So 10 plus the 3, 11, 12, 13. So she's going to do 13 points of damage. And guess what? He's only got 13 AC. So he's out. Now, she gets cleave, right? She made that attack. She has a weapon proficiency. 2 weapon masteries she has, and one of them was cleave. The other was vex. So she gets to make that cleave. Make a second attack on a creature within 5 feet of the first. So on a 6 plus 5 to hit. Yeah, don't add the modifier to the damage. So 6 plus 5 is going to be an 11. The spider has an AC of 12, so this spider tanks it and or dodges it. It's nimble. Maybe it's on the wall or it's on the roof or something. So that's her move. And does she want to pivot now? Does she want to clear some space for Golly to come in or stay protecting him? Because Golly can use his, I believe his Toll the Dead spell or something. Toll the Dead, what's the one? No, Sacred Flame. If I look through Sacred Flame, that's the one where like they don't benefit from half cover and cover and everything like that. Because this would be like half cover or full cover. And his Sacred Flame, page 313 on the Sacred Flame. Let's have a look. The target gains no benefit from half cover or 3/4 cover for this save. Yeah, so he doesn't have to be in like a better range. He can't go here, right? This is a wall. Imagine there's just one entry. Well, he could come through summer, but then he would trigger the response here. So he'll just try to Sacred Flame maybe around the wall and ignore that cover. And this is going to be, let's roll this for right now. 2 is the roll, but what does this say? Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So that would be the dexterity saving throw. It's a 2. The spider's dex is probably not high enough. Probably don't have a dex of 8 or anything like that to get him up there. It's got a 2, so take it up to 4. It's dead. It's only got 1 hit point. I don't even got a roll on the... Yeah, it's only got 1 hit point. So this spider's out. They pretty handily took care of this. But Summer's in her rage. She's used the last of the rage now, which can be a problem later. But we still have a fire's burn. But we don't want to encounter any more big, bad, evil guys. Oh, my light just died. There we go, light's back. Now, they gain, Spider has 10 experience points, and the Kobold Inventor has 50. So 25 apiece from this guy, and 5, they each gain 30 experience on this last one. And guess what? They're over 300 now. And that gives them enough to level up to level 2. But here's how I'm going to play this. You don't just... they got enough experience points, but they kind of have to take some downtime. Like maybe like they do like a week of training or something. I'm going to look more into the book for this. And we'll come up with something for that. So that you don't just get it, right? And you get healed right up to full thing. It's like you don't just suddenly learn all these tactics as you go. I think you got to train for them, right? How about this? Was that in the Dungeon Master's Guide? No, that would be in the Player's Handbook, maybe, right? Let's have a look at what the leveling up does for us. Level advancement, page 41. What are the rules for this? 41, 41, 41. So, level advancement. While going on adventures, your characters gain experience. Character reach specified. Character advancement. You need to advance to a level and the proficiency bonus for character of that level when your XP. You reach the corresponding level. Okay. So we reach that level. Now. Hold on, we're trying to see what it says about. It doesn't really say anything about like taking downtime. I thought there was some stuff saying you had to take downtime. You know, but maybe not. Wait. Just beginning. Yeah, I don't know. How about this? They, in order to gain that level, they need to spend some time training. They need to spend a week in the game world, just kind of like, you know, learning these new skills or something like that, and then they will get that level. And then that gives us a reason to kind of like take some downtime and chill out, you know. It's either that or they have to find somebody, you know, like you gotta like find a fighter or something like that. If you're a fighter or if you're a cleric, you gotta find a cleric, and then maybe you pay them what, a certain amount of money or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think for the rules? As of right now, we're not gonna follow through with this level up. Let me know what you guys think we should do. Like, I don't think we should just get it. I think we gotta like somehow go and earn it, right? So either that be just letting a week pass in the game world, in which case you're spending money on your upkeep, you know, feeding yourself all this stuff. Like, it's gotta cost a little something. That, or like you gotta find if you're a cleric, you gotta find a cleric, and if you're a, you know, a fighter or something like that, you gotta go to like training grounds, and then you can level up. I think that's the move to do here. Anyway, all that said, that being done. 30 XP each, so I remember this for later. I'll put it on their sheet. Let's continue on. What kind of loot? Did we have loot? I can't remember now. I took too much time away from this game. I think I wrote it down in my little sheet here. So yeah, we're up in here now. We kind of go upstairs again. I think we decided, or downstairs. I'm making it go upstairs to fit my map. I'll show you my map later on, but okay, room 7, big bad evil guy. Oh yeah, we did have loot. Roll 3 times on the individual treasure. Look at that. So we're gonna go to what do the kobolds have? What do they be holding? Not that it matters that matters in terms of like getting magic items, but let's go. Adventure rewards is 120 something. 120 we're gonna go to, and we're gonna check out. We roll 3 times on this, on the individual treasure. Yeah, roll 3 times on the individual treasure. So he was a challenge rating from the 0 to the 4, so 3 times 3d6. Oops, sorry, bumped that again. 3d6. We're gonna roll 3d6 and just times it by 3. How about that? So 3, 4, 7, and that's going to be a 12. So 12 gold pieces. What is that? Yeah, 12 gold pieces times 3 is what these guys had on them. So 12 gold pieces times 3. I need to write that down again on their character sheets later. So 36. Whoops, 36 gold pieces was a reward there. And what else? That's about it. Now, battle done. We do have a minute. If she's still raging, you know, what did we say? You can go 200 feet. Well, I guess if you just find another room, that burns up 10 minutes. So we won't get a rage anymore. We have one more fire's burn, and that can help us in a pinch. Should we continue on, or is it risky? Might be risky. What were we doing now? I'll show you guys my little map. I'll give you guys a little teaser. I'm working on something here. I'm trying to make it like an isometric map. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but like this is like level 1. So they come in this door, right? This was down to that little area where they fought the tadpole, that little creek that's going to come here to that Underdark where all the gas spores are. They went down here, down the stairs under this level, down here to that catacombsy or the pillar area. So there's still 2 doors down in here, but we ended up coming back. We went up in here where the tomb was, where that goblin clapped our cheeks here and ran away. This is a little tunnel where those those young Kruthix family was, and then we come over here, and I made it go upstairs just to make it work out a little bit more for this map. I'm gonna like detail it and everything, like I started a little bit, but it's gonna come up into here. This is where we just had our battle, and we rolled a door, and we had put the door over here, maybe? I don't know. It can branch out this way, but we have 2 more doors down here, and to fit my sheet, I'm gonna have them branch out. So I gotta save this space potentially for the doors on this bottom level. So maybe we have a door over here, and we go out this way and we explore this way now. How about that? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So really, it's kind of like continuing on here, right? So let's get to adventuring. Let's clear another what do you call it? Another room, so that we can map this sucker. We're almost done. We're 70% of the way done. So Solo Adventurer's Toolbox by Paul Bimler, loading it up again. We're going to come back to the table of contents. We're going to go to the dungeon generator, random dungeon generation starting area. Let's come here. Dungeon size, dungeon type. Starting area. What was it? Was there a door? I think it said like 50% chance it's a door. So let's find out if it's a door. We're going to roll the D100. It's fun to roll the D100s. So on a 50% chance it's a door. I think we said like what, 50 and under is a door. So we're good here on a 97. No door. It's just an open passageway. Good. So now let's figure out what the, oh, no door. Open entrance. Okay, yeah. What is beyond? Here we go. Roll a d4. So on a 4, it's going to be, oh, right to another room. 1 to 2 is a passage. 3 to 4 is a room. Cool. So we're right to another room. Perfect. Look at that. We're on a room 7, or room 8. We're gonna clear this dungeon pretty damn quick. So on a d20, let's find out what kind of a room this is. Yeah, that's where that rule was. 50% chance the exit's a door, yeah. So, okay, we rolled a 7. So on a 7 to an 8, it's a square. I've got to roll a d8, find out how big this square is. It's going to be a 2 plus 1. So 30 feet on all sides. 30 by 30. Let's get my scratch paper again and write this down. So we have a 30 by 30. So this is room number 8, and we still have 2 doors downstairs though. So that would potentially be 9 and 10, right? So this, we're going to say, has no more exits. This is the last room up here. It's just going to be a 30 by 30 room. And then, yeah, we're done exploring all the upstairs. We have to backtrack back down to those pillar room later on. Okay, so we got that. No exits. Room contents. Now, here's what we're going to do. We have so many big bad evil guys. I don't like. Please don't be nothing crazy again. We're not in good shape. 66. the higher the rolls, the worse they are sometimes, I've been finding. So on a 57 to 67, level appropriate medium encounter. Once again, okay, so we have another encounter. We're going from battle to battle. These rolls have just been, this has been a very tough dungeon. Okay, let's figure out if it's got loot. On 11, ooh, we got some loot. We got 20, how this works is, was it 30% chance of loot? So we need to roll a 30 or under. We got the 11, so we have loot. Secret door, 20% chance. On a 77, we don't have a secret door. Do we have a clue? On a 100, no clue. So just loot in here. And hey, I ain't too mad about that. Let's figure out what the what is potentially in here. The last room was catacombs, which I got to draw that yet in the battle map. So on an 8, this one's also catacombs. Look at that. These dice just work out. So on my little map that I'll show you here, I got to draw like catacombs here, and then it's going to open to a bigger room that are more catacombs, which fits the theme of this, right? We had a big tomb in here. Now we have catacombs, more catacombs, and then whatever's down here could be more catacombs, right? Who knows? But these dice rolls are working out for our narratives. So catacombs, good stuff. Now our medium encounter. Let's figure out the medium encounter. What did we have? No, that's, I need to go back. Table of contents. Let's figure out our medium encounter. Encounter tables, level 1 to 2. We're going to bring this on up here. So 2 PCs, level 1 medium. Use the 1 PC, level 1 deadly. So here we go, level 1 deadly, D6, a 6. The kind of the same battle we had last time. Another 1 CR and 1 CR 0 monster, or 1/4. And it's going to be, should we roll for this or just make it another kobold, you know? Make it fit our story. It's just a bunch of kobolds in there. Monster encounters, creatures, Underdark. Our creature 0 is going to be a D10 roll. Ooh, what's that? A 7. So we have a rat. There's a rat in here. The rat. We got a 1/4 one now. We need a D20 to figure out what this roll is going to be. On a 4, a giant bat. Okay. So it's just some creatures in here. It's nothing like completely crazy and out of the ordinary. It's just like some dank creatures. So a giant bat and a rat. And these might be friendly, right? They're not evil or nothing. Let's figure out what they are first off. So I believe these are both in the player's handbook, all the way at the back. So the a giant bat. Here's the rat. Rat, tiny beast, unaligned. We can figure out from there if it's going to fight us by utilizing my handy little charts here. So let's a D100 to figure out the hostility of the rat. Will the rat fight us, or can we somehow get it the hell out of here? Give it a piece of cheese and fuck off, right? So on a 0, 0, and a 3. So we rolled a 3. Violently hostile rat. Okay. Violently hostile rat. And what is the giant bat now? Let's bring it on here. Giant grab. Giant bat. Is this, that's just a regular bat. We need the giant bat. I don't see no giant bat. Would it be in the G's? Right? For giant? Because there's giant weasel, giant goat, giant badger, hawk, lion, lizard. Yeah, where's the no giant bat in here? So I'm gonna check my monster manual really quick though. Let's roll for its on a 0, 6. It's also hostile. Yeah, it's just gonna be a fight then. We're gonna fight these suckers. Okay, I need to bring up my monster manual again. And let's see if they have a giant bat in here. If they don't have a giant bat, might have to look it up. Giant bat, 355. Okay, it's in the monster manual. That's good. Oop, drop my thing here. Let's see, 355. Giant bat. There it is. Ooh, 22 hit points. That's going to be a big fight. It's going to be a big old fight. And it can fly. Initiative of +3. Let's figure out who's got the jump on who now. So, we're going to go giant bat, rat, Golly, and summer. Let's figure out some initiatives. We got battle, one battle after another. What'd they say? What's that Shane Gillis roast? It says like that's what Lizzo calls stairs or something. One battle after another. Giant rat rolls a 10. Initiative of 3 is a 13 for the bat. The rat now has an initiative of 0, rolls a 4. He might go last. Let's see what Golly's got. He's got -1. Ooh, 15. Okay, Golly's going to have the jump on some stuff here. And finally, summer. 14 + 2 is a 16. We have the jump on these guys this time. The order is going to be summer, Golly, giant bat, and the rat. Now, what do you think our rules should be? They probably spent a minute or so gathering up the loot in the pockets of the thing, right? The kobold from before. So they're not in a. Summer's no longer in a rage, is what we're gonna say, but she does have fire spurn, and I think she's gonna have to use it on this giant bat. I need a 30 by 30 room. Do I have one kicking around on my dungeon map here? It would be really nice if I did. 5, 10, 15, 20. No. I need a slightly bigger one. That would be really nice if I could. Here's what we're going to do. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 30 by 30. Yeah, 25, 30. It's kind of a big room. Do I have a 30 by 30 over here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. No, that's too big. I could block off the area. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this video for a little bit and arrange some stuff. Okay, so here's the field of play. So we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet, and then it comes all the way down to here. Disregard these two. So this is going to be our battle area for the catacombs. And we need to place our bats and rats and whatnot. So once again, Summer was leading the way in this room. Boom, she discovered a little something. Let's place the giant rat and the bat. Let's see what I got, actually, first off. Hey, look at this. I have a rat. I have a little rat guy in here in my little box of wonders. I think it's going to be this guy here. We'll use, here's our giant rat. And a bat. Do I have a bat? It'd be cool if I had a bat as well. No, I don't believe I do. What else is in here? Did I ever play with bats before? No. How about, what do I have that's close to a bat? I don't know, we'll just use a red token for now. And that'll be that. I'll throw these other guys out of the way. Let's place our characters. Where's the rat? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I guess we always started from the bottom before. So 5 and 6. He's all the way up here. Wait, yeah. That's how that's going to work. The bat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or he'd be here, and how far up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I can't remember. I don't know. Good enough. How about that? Okay, now, let's get into this battle. Let's figure out what these monsters do, right? I can't get into the mind of a rat. They're violently hostile. I guess they're just going to lunge at us. But we have the jump on them. Summer's going to go first. She can't get too far because then she's going to have disadvantage on her attack, right? She can get advantage up to 15 feet, or 5, 10, 15. That's how far this light's shining from Golly's lamp. And then if she goes outside of that, she is in the dim light. You get an extra 15 feet of dim light. And then she just can't see after that, right? Or in dim light, it's disadvantage on her attack. And do we want to risk that? Should she do a little equipping and try to make a ranged attack? Make a ranged attack on the... What could she do? The rat can get killed right away. Or is it worth it to risk the disadvantage on stuff? You never know these things. How about... Should we risk the disadvantage? She's getting paid for security and she needs to kind of do her job here. How about 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's have her. Come on up. Disadvantage time. This could be a mistake. 17 and a 14. Ooh, what's the initiative of the giant bat? Or sorry, I wanted to attack the giant bat. This is the bat. This is the rat. We want to smoke that giant bat as quick as possible here. So she's got, its AC is 13. Perfect. So even with the disadvantage, she's going to smoke this thing. And let's use our last Fire's Burn to take it out. Because we can't heal, right? So we're doing a cleave, a D12. D12, I need my D12. I moved all my dice out of the way. She still gets Savage Attacker feat, I think. That's not a rage exclusive thing. So that's good. So a 3 and a 4. Not ideal. So we got 4 plus 3 is 7 plus her last Fire's Burn. Add a D10 to it. Is a 6. So what did we say? 7 plus the 6 is 13. So she's going to do 13 points of damage to this giant bat here. Boom, right? Giant bat's got 22. 13 points of damage to the bat. So the bat minus 13 HP. And that is Summer's move. She can't get a cleave off because this guy's too far away. Okay. I'll zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so that is going to be Summer's move. Very good swing. Even with the disadvantage, she got one off. And that's good. Can Golly Toll the Dead? Let's do Toll the Dead on this one. He's going to cast his cantrip, Toll the Dead. And we're going to see... what page is this? 334. Because it's missing hit points. I remember that about Toll the Dead. When it's missing hit points, it adds extra damage. So Toll the Dead. You point at a creature, you can see with a range, and single chime of bell 10 is audible within 10 feet. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Here's 12. Oh boy. What's its wisdom? Giant bat has a wisdom of +3. Oh boy. 13. It got a 13 on its spells, and we have a spell save of 13. Okay. So he made it. That Toll the Dead missed. Saving. If the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, take 1d8. If the target is missing points. Yeah, dang it. Okay, this Toll the Dead did not go off. And let's have Golly just scoop up here to protect her back. Make sure she can't get flanked here. On the back end. Well, they can still kind of weasel around, right? And that's Golly's move. We don't really have bonus attacks anymore because his spell slots are used up. Okay. That's their move. Okay, giant bat time. I thought maybe we could take that giant bat out first go. This bat's going to make a move on Summer. It's upset that it hit here. So let's... Oh, right on. Nat 1. It just misses. Fantastic. And can the bat What's the bat gonna do? I don't know how high these ceilings are. How big are these catacombs, hey? I guess we rolled a D8, or it said on all sides, but that's a square. If it's cubed, I don't know. Maybe it can fly up. Maybe it was flying up. Like, that's something to take into consideration for the fly, right? Huh. What's the rules for your fly, I wonder? We could have to stage him up here, but we'd have to figure out how high the roofs are, too. That's something we just haven't been doing. But I think maybe we got to utilize that. Why wouldn't we utilize the fly? But I'm going to disregard it for right now, because if I have him suddenly go and fly, I think the rules are once he gets, it triggers that reaction if he comes up, you know, and then she gets to swing on him again. And that just feels like I'm cheating here. So let's have the bat stay put. Let's keep it as simple as possible. Let's have the rat come down and take a shot at Summer here. And a 14 with the rat. And the rat has, that's going to hit. It's going to hit her, her AC is 14, so it's going to have like a plus to its thing here. Yeah, +2 to hit. It does 1 piercing damage. So she takes another damage. So Summer is at minus, I guess she's at -3 hit points total. I didn't write that on her sheet already, so I'm going to write it on here for now. And that's the rat's move. Okay, back to Summer. Summer can get this cleave off now. Let's have her swing at the bat again. On an 18, that's going to hit. She does a D12 with her great axe. We're smoking this bat. 9 or a 7. We're going to go with the 9. 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage. And that's going to be the end of the giant bat. Giant bat is dead. Now, she gets the cleave, right? She got that first attack off. Can she cleave the rat? Ooh, look at that. Nat 20. Another one in the books where she's stacking bodies. She's earning her keep. Giant rat is 50 experience points, so 25 apiece. And then the rat is 10. So they get another 30 experience points each. 30 XP each. This room is cleared. Look at that. We're moseying along now. Summer's slowly getting chipped away, and we're kind of playing with fire if we let her go too far, right? If we roll another big bad evil guy thing, they're kind of cooked. But also, the longer we leave our map maker tied up at the gnome camp, he could escape, and that could be problems. Okay, 30 XP. There was loot in this room, right? The loot, these guys they don't carry anything. Yeah, so we're just going to roll on the random dungeon table again. So this loot's probably in these catacombs. Maybe there's some gold lying around in the catacombs. It's not going to be on the rat and the giant bat, right? They don't carry nothing. So we're going to bring this back over to the rewards. 3d6. Oh, we didn't figure out, we got to figure out what the loot is. It didn't say what kind of loot, right? The other one, it told us what kind of loot it was. I want to say, let's see, loot tables, individual loot tables, challenge rating 1/8 to 2. The amounts, it didn't really tell us, right? Didn't tell us what to roll for. I guess we could just roll on them. We can utilize this time around. How about this? Let's go with the quarter is a d6. So where's my d6? A 4. We get to roll 3d6. So 3. 4. 7. 11. Electrum pieces? What do we say? 7 electrum pieces? How about that? 7 EP. I think that's what it was. And then the crit 0, they have nothing. Okay. So this is our loot. We got 7 EP. Who found that? Who found the loot in the catacombs here? Who was looting? Let's do a perceptions. How about this? We're gonna do whoever rolls above a 15 found loot. But if they both roll under the 15, whoever had the highest roll finds it. So 20 is for Golly, and 19 is for Summer. Okay, so we're gonna split the loot. I'm going to round down. How about that? I'm gonna do you guys. You guys got enough money. I'm gonna do you a disservice here. I'm gonna give them each 3 EP. 3 and 3. Good stuff. Okay. Now that is the end of room number 8. Look how crazy my setup is right now. We've got all these books open. Okay, so they're going to have to backtrack. I'm going to show you guys what's going on here. I haven't drawn it out, but mainly because I just want to keep going. I want to keep clearing this to draw it out in full, and then give you guys, or at least get to the last room. Like maybe we can clear room number 9, and then I can come out and I can draw all these things. Where did my thing go? Here we go. So there's going to be a 30. They were just in here, and then they moved this way into a 30 by 30. So what's this? This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it gets a little bigger. This is more catacombs. So they're in here. Imagine there's a 30 by 30 room here of catacombs. And that's it. So now they got to come down here, down, all the way to the basement again, and check out these last 2 rooms, because this would be room number 8, this would be number 9, this would be number 10, wherever they go. So I have to do all of the movement tracking to figure out what our time is, because we burnt up another 10 minutes in this room. We might have to do wandering monster checks and stuff like that. So give me a second to figure out all this. Okay, so here's my little timekeeping page. So they traveled about 20 feet to go from room 7 to room 8. And then they spend the 10 minutes, we said, every time they search the room or whatever. And that was our third 10-minute room. So we have to do a random monster check every 30 minutes. So that last room we just cleared earned us 30 minutes. So on a 1, we would have a monster, no monster, so we're good on the random monster check. Now, I'm having them backtrack through the dungeon, and it's going to be roughly 200 feet to get all the way back to, like, they're going from this room in here all the way downstairs, down to this room. And now they are back in the downstairs pillar room, where this could potentially be room 9 and room 10. There was 2 doors in the downstairs, right? I believe we did roll for doors, or we didn't roll for doors. I cannot remember. What do I have written down, I guess, for? Do I have anything written down for room? This was room 4. Room 4... Yeah, we rolled 2 doors. So we have to figure out what's... hopefully they're not trapped, right? So let's get Golly and Summer in our little dungeon here. So Golly and Summer made it all the way back. No issues. They still have some light in the lamp, by the way. And no random monsters so far. They're kind of clearing this thing. They're getting there. And they make it all the way back to the door. So we have to come here to our door table, and what is behind door number 1 of 2? So we're going to come here to the dungeon. What is it? Random dungeon generation. We need to go to the door table. We have 2 doors. Let's see. Door result, a D100. We're going to roll our D100. Here we go. So... tipped it over a little bit. 34 we have on the door. So 31 to 35. A wooden door. It's locked. A DC 15 Thieves' Tools check, or it will have to be smashed, or other valid methods such as knock spell. Door has AC 12 and 20 hit points. Opens into a room. Okay, well, we're going to have to smash this room. And if there's monsters in the room, they hear us, man. Like, they're going to have advantage on the AC because we are not surprising them. So on a 3, Summer, AC 12. Yeah, it misses. Let's have maybe they double team. Golly comes here. And he's got an 11. He's going to hit with his what's he got, a mace? 1d6. Does 4 points of damage. 4 plus 2. 8 points of damage. And what did that door say it has? The door has 20 hit points. So, I don't know. We can keep swinging away at this thing, you know. And eventually we're going to smash it. Let's just do that. And then just whatever's in the next room, they're going to have the advantage on us. I could keep rolling this stuff out for the things. But yeah, wooden door, we can smash it. That's good. We ain't surprising nothing though. So, and it opened into a room, it said. So we're going to scroll this down to the room table on a D20. D20 is a 5. So on a 5 to 6, it's a square of 6. Or what was it? On a 5, it's a square. D6 plus 1, so 7. 70 by 70. This is a huge room. Eesh. Okay. So let's bring this down here. Room 9, 70 by 70. That's freaking super huge. Might be our biggest room yet. And we're going to do no exits, I don't believe. That, or we could make one that potentially comes to this room as well, like a big room passage down to another room. We can game that later on. We'll see how the other room shakes out. And let's have... How about this? Let's roll for... Is it connected to the other room on a DC 50? Or, yeah, let's just say it's connected. There's another entrance in there that can lead us to the other room as well. It goes in a little circle. Okay. Room contents. This is the big one. We do not want another terrible roll here. If there's monsters in here, they know we're in here. So, fuck. That's 100. And that's, guess what? Another big, bad, evil guy. And we are in bad shape. This might have been a mistake. We might have to try flee. But they heard us banging the door down. Crap. Okay, well, let's plan it. This was bad on our part. Really bad. So big, bad, evil guy. This is probably one of the worst few rolls I've ever had. Loot. We got 90% chance of loot. So we can get some loot here. 30, yep. That's going to be some loot in there. Let's do loot. Let's do, on a D20, what is the loot? D20. Give us some good loot at least if we survive this. On a 2. On a 1 to 14, roll 1d4 times. Where's my d4? Roll 1d4 times. Hold on. Where did I throw that? The stupid little triangle one is always in the way. Or not in the way, it's always missing. Pause the video again. Okay, here we go. Found it. Roll 1d4 times. So roll 2 times. Roll 2 times on the individual treasure table. Individual treasure. Okay, and let's figure out the big bad evil guy now. Let's bring it on down. We're going to go to monsters. Generating a big bad evil guy. D6. On a 2. Okay, good. A medium encounter. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Okay, medium encounter. So 2 PCs, level 1 medium. Use the 1 PC, 1 deadly. 1 PC, 1 deadly. D6 again. On a 5. Ooh. Kind of the same setup we have in last time. A quarter and a 0. So let's figure out the old quarter and the 0 once again. I got brain fart going on here. Here we go. Dark. So the 0 guy, we need to roll the d10. Our 0 creature is going to be an 8. It's going to be another scorpion. Oh, maybe we got more Kruthiks. I think we might have another Kruthik. Because those guys were in here before, and we kind of went and slaughtered their little family, right? Maybe we make it another Kruthik. What would it be if we rolled the d20? On a 4. Another giant bat. Okay. Another giant bat. Giant bat and scorpion. We might be able to handle this. Right? The giant bat had the biggest. Oh, but we don't have like fires burn, all that stuff. Yikes. Oh, what did I rip? Okay, let's do another giant bat. Scorpion. Summer. And Golly. Let's figure out our initiatives. Are they evil though, I guess? Are they evil? Are they evil? Maybe we can get away with this, right? Are they going to be hostile? Let's bring it on back. I'll keep my page here for now. But let's bring this on back. Is the bat hostile? On the 33, uncertain, 55% towards negative. Is the scorpion? 99, enthusiastically friendly. Enthusiastically friendly scorpion. Uncertain giant bat. So we could potentially get out of this. What if we toss a ration to the furthest edge of the room and have that be like a animal handling check, potentially, with a disadvantage because it's a 55% uncertain, to see if it, and then if we fail this, it's just the bat's going to come at us. It's going to try to eat us. Scorpion, no, we're going to have the scorpion maybe flee, or we can decide what he does after. Let's throw a ration maybe and make an animal handling check at a disadvantage. Well, a 9 or a 9. 9 plus 10 is a 10 animal handling check. I guess we didn't declare the DC. But I'm going to say a 10 would be pretty low for what we're trying to do. In my brain, I always think it's 15, right? Let's just have this giant bat potentially get us. We threw a ration for nothing, probably. Or, no, yeah, let's use this. Sometimes I'd be struggling to do. What do the monsters do? Monsters, how far are they? Roll a d8. 1. Monsters that many squares away. There's 1 square away. They're right there. I guess they would be, right? Because they heard us banging on the door. Okay, but let's see. What does the monster do? Add 15 to the big bad evil guys. A D100 on 55 plus 15 is going to take us to 70. I think that's a bad roll. Monster simply attacks. Okay, yeah, it's just, I was trying to get us out of here, trying to get us out of another combat. But how about this? That giant bat's just going to attack. And the scorpion's enthusiastically friendly. How about this? Does the scorpion help us in battle if it's friendly? On a DC of 15? 11? No, it doesn't. It's just going to sit out of the battle, though. How about that? It's not going to enter. If it's enthusiastically friendly, it's not going to enter into this. We're just going to fight another giant bat. And it's a huge room, right? We rolled like a big room, a 70 by 70 or something like that. So, I don't know, I'll just pretend we're here. Summer, she came in the door. Golly, him behind. Yeah, he's got the light, him behind here. And pretend this is another giant bat. It said it was 1 square away. I don't know, let's just put it right in front of her. It was waiting for her. It's like, what's all this racket? What are you guys doing? You're banging down my thing here. It's gonna have the jump. It's gonna have initiative because we were banging the door down, and how it's just gonna, we came in, it's like ration, and I said, fuck that, I'm coming after you. And that's how we'll play that, because we were so sloppy with the wooden door. That makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Let's roll a d20 to hit Summer. On a 4, plus 5 is a 9. Does not hit her AC of 14. Look at that. We're doing okay so far. Let's have Summer go. I didn't roll for initiatives. Summer's initiative is 14. And Golly's going to be sick. Yep, Summer's going to go first. Summer's going to take a swing at the giant bat. It's got an AC of 13 on a 15, plus 5 to hit. She's going to hit it with her great axe. She's going to do 12. Look at that. Max damage. Plus her 13 on her strength. Slashing damage. Is it resistant to anything? No, it's not. So it's going to do, Summer's going to do 15 points of damage on this sucker. Huge. Huge. Minus 15 HP. It's only got 22. We're lucking out now. We're lucking out now. Golly, let's have him try that Toll the Dead spell again. Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead. It's a wisdom saving throw. Ooh, look at that. His wisdom saving throw sucks. And you do something with this, I want to say. Like you roll damage twice on a critical failure or something like that. Or no, that's a critical success. I can't remember. He's got damage on him already, so he takes D10 necrotic damage. And we got a 7. Is he resistant to necrotic, anything like that? No. So that's going to take this sucker down to, what is it, 22 HP, right? 15 plus 7. Yeah, 22 HP. He's got, oh, he's dead. He's only got 22 HP. That was a quick battle. So we've slain another, we've slain the giant bat, and that scorpion's going to scurry away. He was friendly. He didn't want to, and then he didn't want to get involved in anything. Cool, that was quick. And there's some loot, so there's going to be some loot in here. We're going to use the tables on here again to the loot tables. Look at that, we're clearing this super fast. We took no damage on this one. That is phenomenal. Pretty easy. Almost feels like I'm cheating. D6. We need the D6. We need, what do we got? We got 4, another EP, and we roll how many times? No, we roll, what is that? The loot was, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Roll 2 times on the individual treasure. So this would be the first roll for this. Oh, so we've been shortchanging ourselves. So the first one now, 3d6, 1, 7, and what is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 EP. So they're going to take 6 and 6 EP. let's just give him a little dog running around like crazy over here. So 9 EP and 9 EP. We're going to split the loot. Let's just start splitting the loot here. Okay, and then we roll again. That's what this is. So I screwed it up. We could retroactively go back and... What was the other room again? Room 7. Roll 3 times for the kobold and the spider. I know we times it by 3. Yeah, that's what we did. Ah, screw it. Let's roll a second time. On another 4, more EP. So 4, 10, 15, 15 EP. We'll round down. Give them 7 more. So they got 16 EP total apiece. That was the loot that was in this room. Good stuff. And then they each get 25 experience points once again from the giant bat. They're at 347 plus 25. So they're doing pretty good here. Write this down on their thing. Good stuff. Now, that's room 9 cleared. Oh, I guess I didn't like... What's this dungeon dressing look like? It's a big room. It's like a really big room, so maybe we roll on this to see if there's something else special. Dungeon generation. Let's go to random architecture feature table, because this is more fun for like when you're drawing it out later. On an 18 campsite. There's a campsite down in here. Oh, maybe there was like the gnomes set up shop down here and just got like, that's where they got massacred. Okay. So maybe there is some stuff we could potentially bring back to them, the gnomes, like a little keepsake. Campsite. Abandoned. Sorry, excuse me. Let's do this. Let's do a investigation check. Yeah, they both got 0 investigation. On a DC 15, do they find anything like a sentimental value from this campsite that can be traced back to the gnomes outside of the dungeon? On an 11 plus 0, no, they don't. So just an abandoned camp, or are there dead bodies around? 18. Yeah, okay, so there's some dead bodies around. Maybe, like, I think they're the gnomes, right? Good chance it's the gnomes. Do we roll for that? This would be like a DC at 8 or a 10. If, like, 'cause there's a good chance it is the gnomes. On a 1. It's something different. Is it other, like, old adventurers that come here before? On a 16, yeah. So it's just like, it's not the gnomes, it's different adventurers. Okay. Do we find something, investigation check, of like value, like a, you know, a necklace or a ring, a signet ring or something like that on the dead bodies that we could potentially take with us to Greyfast City, and then maybe we can show people, like, hey, does this belong to anybody who died recently or something? No. Okay. I thought I could make like a little story hook here. So nothing there. Okay, so this room is cleared then. Yeah. This room is cleared. There was dead bodies. I gotta write that. Right on. And maybe that's where the loot came from, right? Giant bat and the scorpion wouldn't have any of that stuff, so this would belong to the dead bodies. So I think we looted the dead bodies. All right, that's room 9 cleared, gang. Now we're going to travel on out the door. It was this was a 70 by 70, a really huge room, and we're gonna go through. It has one door in it that's gonna loop around to the remaining. If you catch my drift, right? See, like how these had 2 doors, so we could potentially bypass this door if we investigate this other door, and it's like locked or something. We have another chance to come on through. This big cavern up here is going to be connected to this somehow, and so we'll have 2 chances to clear this if they're both kind of like locked doors, right? So let's figure out on a 50% chance, oops, is it a door? So we're going to roll that D100 here. We know we have a door on the other one, but is this just an open entrance, right? So what was it, 50 and under? 50% chance it's a door, so 50 and under is the door, so no door, open entrance. Look at that. We don't even have to investigate, like go back in the other room and see if this is locked or trapped or something. We just get to go right into room 10. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're in room 10. That's gonna be huge. Or are we in room 10? No, we go to the door table. The door table, and it's going to be, because it's just an entrance table. So what would be the entrance again? Let's come up here. Open entrance. That's what it is. So roll a d4 on a 3. Yeah, it just goes to another room. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the room table. This is working out. I was hoping to clear this dungeon tonight, and we are. So a D100 on the door table. No, on the room table. We're in a room. That's a D20 roll. Scatterbrained, scatterbrained. Where'd my D20 go now? Too many papers, too many things. Room table. We rolled a 10. On the room table, 9 to 10 is a rectangle. That is 1d4 plus 1 is 5. Let's write this down. So, room 10. Room 10 is... Okay, what do we roll? 1d4 plus 1 is 50 by... a d8. 50 by 8 plus 1 is 9. 50 by 90. Another big room. And there we go. So that's our room. Hopefully I have enough space on my paper to map all this out. And room contents. Here we go. The last big hitter. Please just be empty, man. Please just be empty. Give us a good roll here. On a 0 and a 6 that was. So 1 to 4, 5 to 8 remnants. Proof of the boss or big bad evil guy. It looks as though they have been up to mischief in this room. Nice. Look at that, gang. We cleared this. So there's nothing, right? That big bad evil guy, we smoked them already, I guess. We smoked all these guys. So that was nice. Room. Yeah, I just want to make sure I did this all okay. 0 to 6, 5 to 8, we have here remnants, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing in this room other than that's all that was in there. Let's find out what it is, and then I can draw this map. Hey, make a cool map for us, and then I'll show you guys the whole adventure we had on a 20. Edible fungi and moss farm. Interesting. Edible fungi / moss room. Is this what the big bad evil guys were eating and surviving off of? It's kind of like we could make a little garden or something in here. A little fungi garden. Yeah. All right. That's that. We cleared it, gang. Room 10. There's nothing in there. We can travel back now. We cleared this, right? We said we were going to clear the dungeon, and we rolled that it was 10 rooms, and we cleared all 10 rooms now. So now what we can do is travel back. Where are we? I'll show you where we are. Boom. We're here. We're in the dungeon. We cleared it. This is the archaeology camp or excavation camp, whatever you want to call it, of the gnomes. And they said, if we can clear this dungeon, they're going to come and vouch for us that evil map maker had a racket going on, and him and the kobolds up in here slaughtered their crew down in there. So we have them on our backs, but we have to find out if that evil map maker escaped. He had a day So I think that we said every random encounter, he gets those many chances to roll to see if he breaks his rope and escapes. So he's going to have 3 chances because we burned up a day in here. We traveled in the morning. You travel 5. We did our encounter. We're in the dungeon for like an hour or 2 hours. So we can actually travel back here. Oh, we have to do Wandering Monster. Encounter. No, we don't. Every 200 feet's a minute. So we should be able to travel all the way out of here and not trigger a random monster because we just did the random monster. We have 30 minutes to like get out of the dungeon, which we will be able to. So we won't have to do a random monster check, but we will have to do encounter checks as we travel back to here. But for now, let's just say we get out of the dungeon. We extinguish our lamp, and I'll time up all the time and everything like that, how long we were burning the lamp. And yeah, we're gonna just leave the room to room 9, and then I'll tally up everything else. Cool. We cleared a dungeon, gang. I'll draw the map. I'll show you the whole layout after, and it'll be cool. So I don't know when I'll like play again, because I'll draw the map and stuff like that, and then I'll run the downtime and stuff like that, and we'll level up our characters. We kind of got a big session coming up next session, story-wise too. So, but as for now, we have cleared the Infinite Burrows. Wow.